Hello and welcome to Tipsy VP episode 2nd April 2019, a weekly show where we share tips and tricks on how to improve your social media. Tipsy VP is brought to you by Virtual Peddlers Marketing, the digital marketing agency that helps small businesses go digital. My name is Sean.
And I'm JK.
This week's weekly Tipsy, Pixar's top 8 storytelling guide. Pixar is a name that most of us will agree that makes some of the best animated movies of all time.
Inside Out, Toy
Yeah.
Story,
Moana, yeah, it was good. This is because they stick to actually a rule book of great storytelling that has been perfected over the years. Now, great storytelling isn't new. For as long as we can remember, humans have gathered around bonfires and in pubs for a good tale.
Yep.
And even historically, some of the best marketing and advertising content stems from strong storytelling that connects with the audience on an emotional level.
Yes.
One of the strongest one and the most epic one is actually the one that Apple used in 1986. Super Bowl one about bringing in the rebels in together, the misfits together, and that actually launched Apple into a very, very strong message as the company that stands on your side if you are not a generic person, if you are not a suit, if you are different, and if you want to celebrate individuality, Apple is the brand that's there with you. So that singular storytelling message was the one that carried them all the way until today, where they are now. That is so strong. So, good storytelling really connects people on an emotion level. So what we do is we actually pulled out top 8 of the 22, I think, storytelling guide from Pixar that we think can help marketers with their content marketing. Number 1, great stories are universal. So no matter where we stay and where we come from, there are many similar experiences we go through in life. These are universal events like birth, growth, emotional turmoil, aspirations, and conflict. By taking these elements into storytelling, we are able to connect with a lot of our audience because they feel like personally connected with certain events in their life.
Certain emotions. So the simple one is just use Inside Out.
Yeah.
You're using emotions to connect with people.
Yep.
You know, the time where you are disappointed, the time where you are sad, feeling loved, family bonds.
Yeah. Like even in that recent movie, which is what is that?
Which one?
How to Train Your Dragon.
Okay, correct.
The one about the kid. What's his name? It's a very weird name.
Which one?
The kid who is trying to live up to his father's
legacy.
Yeah, father's legacy.
Yeah.
And the struggle of him because he's nothing like his father.
Hiccup.
Hiccup. and he went on to create his own legacy, which is as well
leading the dragon.
Exactly, which is leading a pack of dragons and creating a new community who lives with dragons. Instead of what his father used to be, so creating his own legacy.
So this kind of thing, it's really a good twist also. Especially like Wreck-It Ralph. Wreck-It Ralph 2 is good also. It's like
Wreck-It Ralph 2 is very nice.
When you're talented, you are able to go to the city area. Your friend.
And then it comes with its own batch of struggles. Everything.
This kind of thing. So it's good. Next, we're gonna talk about is the structure. All stories must have a structure and flow. We must know what happened before in order to know what will happen later. Using the story spine, we're able to draft the structure of the story in order to know how the flow should go. So these are the examples so we can use. Once upon a time, there was blank. Every day there was blank. One day there was blank. Because of that, blank. Because of that, blank. Until finally, blank. So let's try out. Let's just use one story. Okay, let's say Cinderella. How would this relate to Cinderella?
Once upon a time, there was a girl who lived a very sad life. washing plates and sweeping the floor, but she wants to have she hopes to have a beautiful life, with someone she loves in a castle or something. You know, someone take care of her because nobody takes care of her, right?
I think
So she wants to
go
be
to the
loved.
prom only, right? That time.
No. The prom was an afterthought.
Oh, okay,
It was
okay.
like an opportunity thing.
She wants to be loved,
Yeah.
yeah.
So she just wants to be loved because she lives with foster parents and foster sisters, and they don't take care of her. So she feels neglected all the time. So every day she would
washes
just wash
plates.
plates, sweep the floor, and be treated like dirt. And one day
Fairy godmother came.
yeah no but one day she heard that
Oh, the
the prince, yeah, she heard that the prince was inviting people into the castle for a night, a dance, so he can find his suitor,
Yeah.
right? And because of that, he wanted to go, but then she was then the sisters didn't let her go and everything like that, and
her
very sad and
dress.
everything, yeah. And because of that,
Fairy godmother
the fairy godmother
came.
came over and said, "Oh, I'm blessing you with everything, and you have a pumpkin to like a chariot, everything. You can go there." And until finally,
She lost her shoe.
yeah, she met with him. They danced, and the whole thing happened, and he was able to know who she is and everything like that.
The plot twist lah.
The plot twist, yeah.
So yeah, actually this is actually a good sequence for marketer who actually they're struggling on how to write a story.
Yeah.
And sometimes often always 离题.
Yeah, yeah.
Always go out.
Yeah, exactly. They will always go out of
So,
story
yeah.
because there is no spine to the story. So this is important because it helps them keep them into the spine of the story. So we can also apply this to like a product like a GoPro, right? Once upon a time, there was a guy who likes to go out and do a lot of extreme sports.
Correct.
Right? So every day he would bring his old little camera strapped into his wrist, and then he would do it. And then when he goes climbing and everything, it's very troublesome because he has to stop halfway, hold the video, shoot the thing, stop the thing, and then it's very troublesome. It's very inconvenient, and sometimes it will fall and it will break. Right?
So one day he realized,
Yeah,
why
somewhere-
don't we combine everything into one
Small little thing, yes, and he don't have to hold on to it, right? He can just put it somewhere,
Strap on.
and it'll be a point of view camera, and whatever he sees, everybody in the video sees, and because of that, he creates this small little thing, and he makes it waterproof as well because some people also like to go into the water.
Adventure.
Yeah, and he also creates little straps all around that you can wear everywhere, anywhere you want. You can attach it to a bike, to a car. You can attach it to your chest, to your head, because different extreme sports people do different things and they want things in different place. And because of that, he creates a whole bunch of all these kind of little things that come along with the whole set.
Less shakiness,
Yeah.
this kind of thing. So finally,
GoPro emerges that revolutionize the point of view camera.
cameras. Alright, so marketing, you can actually use this technique for
Yeah.
yourself, alright?
Next one, the purpose. At the heart of every story is the purpose, right? There has to be a moral or reason for that story, else nobody will see the value of consuming it. And we think this is very important because nobody tells a story without a purpose. It's like, I want to tell you a story about how I did this.
Yes.
So it's about me achieving this or doing this, right? But if you go on there and just start the story without telling it what the story is about,
it's called
nobody wants to
zombie
know.
story.
Yeah, it's a zombie story. There's no purpose to a story.
So your conclusion is there's no conclusion.
Yeah, there's no
So marketers, the best way to actually check this out is every time when you finish a story, always ask yourself when you read this, okay, what is the moral of the story that you've read?
But actually, what I would do is I would even ask the purpose even before we create the story.
Purpose. Okay. So it's like a point like that, lah.
Like for example, if you want to create a campaign for a client, right? Like the one we did with the parents, right? We first start with the purpose first.
Yep.
Like, okay, what is the purpose of this thing?
What's
Who
the
is it
goal?
for? Right? Then we work backwards and we construct a story for this.
Then everything,
purpose.
whatever we do, whatever we write, whatever we team out the video must link to the purpose.
Yes, must link to the purpose.
Yes.
Else, if it doesn't connect, then you'll be like,
It's like,
what?
So why is this information here
Yeah.
for if it doesn't relate to your purpose? This kind of thing.
Yeah, yep.
So yeah, right. So next up, the underdog or the struggle. As humans, we believe life is about struggles. And it's also about overcoming them. Every good story has an underdog that struggles with something and along the way becomes better at it. The audience connect deeply with the process of overcoming struggles because we do that every day of our lives.
So this one, we go back to the story of Hiccup from How to Train Your Dragon, right? So his struggle was living up to his father's legacy.
Correct.
His struggle was also to get the village people to accept the fact that dragons are not bad; they're actually good. And he is the underdog because everybody looks down on him.
Yeah,
thinks
because
that he can't
Vikings
do
supposed
anything.
to be, beefy,
Strong, big,
and
can
hairy.
fight, hairy, with all the
Yeah.
mustache and everything.
And here
there was
comes
this guy who wears the fake mustache.
So it's like, here guy, hi guys, I'm a twin boy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lead the Viking tribe now.
Yeah, so that was his struggle, and he being the underdog, and it's good because I think we all see ourselves as somehow an underdog, and we all see our life as struggling at something, and we connect with other people who go through the same troubles, problems as us, and we celebrate their victories,
Yes,
and we hope that we will also have a similar victory as them.
It's like a breakthrough like that.
Yeah, like a breakthrough.
Right.
Right. Emotional appeal. Probably the most important element of a good story is in the ability to take the audience on an emotional ride. Make them feel the fear, anger, disgust, happiness, sadness, and surprise, and they will connect deeply with the character you create. From there, they will feel as if it's their friends or families that are going through the struggles in your story.
Yep.
Have you ever experienced like a good story comes from the part where they do a character building before, so they can, so we as the
can
audience can
connect to
connect with them as if they are your friends, and then take them on an emotional ride after that. And you'll be like, what are you doing to him? What are you doing to her?
This struggle is, oh my god, I can totally feel you.
Yeah, you know that
The best way is a love story, and they always do that.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. And I actually went and watched this new horror story called Us.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, it has very mixed reviews, but I think it was brilliant because it was able to take the horror genre and apply so much creativity that I haven't seen in many horror movies these days, because it's all about just jump scare nowadays, right? But they're able to make a very simple scene look so scary.
Like how?
I've
never seen it before. I don't dare to see it.
It's like there was one scene, right, where a family was in the house, the power went off,
Okay.
right? And then they saw outside the house through the glass that there are 4 people standing in front of the door.
Okay.
Just in
front of
darkness.
the door? In the window?
Just outside the house, just in front of the driveway.
Okay, alright.
Outside the house, right? So they are hand holding hands, and it was very dark, so they can't see who they are. So there's 4 people in the house, a family, and there's 4 people outside of the house.
Okay.
So you can tell that there's one dad, one mom, one boy, one girl.
Okay.
Then there's also one dad, one mom, one boy,
It's
one
the
girl in
same,
the house.
exactly the same.
Yeah. And there was this scene that went on for about 10 minutes, right? It was just the inside group was arguing what to do, and the outside group is just standing there. And the more they go through this, the scarier it becomes for the audience.
Okay.
Because this scene of no continuation
Alright.
scares people. There is like, so what are you gonna do next? What? They're still gonna stand there? What are you gonna do next? They're still gonna stand there?
And they're still standing
that,
there.
Yeah, and that created that kind of horror of uncertainty, and
Gives you chills when
yeah, it
when
really
you
gives you
expect
the
something
chills,
happens,
but it
nothing
doesn't.
happens.
Yeah, nothing happens.
And
That
they
really
just
gives you the
stand
chills.
there.
So to me, it really takes advantage of this emotional ride. The entire movie takes advantage of it, and to me, it's actually a very good movie.
Okay. No horror movie for me. Thank
Uh-oh.
you. I'm very, very scared of horror movies. So yeah, because my imagination is too good really.
Yeah.
Every time I off the light, I'll imagine things in it. Alright, next up, the twist. Ever watched some movies that left you thinking about it after, and even do researches to find out more? A good twist in the story will surely generate word of mouth and even virality. So it's like plot twist like that.
Yes, I love movies that have such an epic plot twist. You'll be like, what the?
Yeah, okay lah, plot twist, okay. It may work with you or against
Yes,
you.
yes.
But
Yeah, true, true.
It's effective.
Yes, it is
It's
effective.
the best way I can think of. The best plot twist I can think of is actually Maleficent one.
Yes,
It's
yes,
like people
yes.
will actually think like Sleeping Beauty, Maleficent will just die off or whatever.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah,
turns
yeah.
out it's actually mother love.
Yeah,
So
yes,
like,
yes.
Not bad, quite good.
It kind of gave her a heart.
Yeah, this
it
kind of
gave her a
thing.
heart,
So
yep.
these are one of the good example of the twist.
Yep.
So please make sure that you have the twist.
Yep.
The more unexpected, the better.
Yep. If you have a twist and if it's a strong one, it will help people talk about it. That is the one that generates word of mouth.
Yeah. So okay, let's just say let's play a game now. The twist. If let's just say the Little Mermaid, how would you twist this story if you're the creator of the Little Mermaid?
How would I twist Little Mermaid?
Yeah.
I think Little Mermaid is already quite twisted already in a way.
So how you twist? Like the original story, we all know that she met Prince Charming. She cannot sing. Her voice is lost. But after that, she got back her voice and happily ever after. How would you twist this story?
The very sad twist is if Ursula actually gets the prince and she don't get the prince. And she's stuck with her legs and no voice.
And she became the next Ursula.
Oh my god! and she goes down and she becomes the next Ursula and
she
then
hates her father, she hates her life,
and wait. No, wait. And then she's stuck in the cave and then she has to find the next victim
to steal a voice
from.
And then this kind of horror story.
Oh my god, that it will be a twist.
Okay, good. We practice a good twist. So yeah, this is how you do a twist, girls. Alright, next up. Simplify and focus. Don't try to cram everything in your imagination into one story. Yeah. An audience can only handle a small number of characters and plots in a single story. Putting more in will cause overwhelm and disconnect. Worst case, they will lose interest in your content.
I have a very, very good example for this.
Okay, which
the TV series Lost.
I'm so lost.
Okay, this TV series Lost is so confusing and weird. It's like there's a bunch of people who crashes it. There was a plane crash. They land on a deserted island, and there are like tens of people there, and every single one has a different story.
Okay.
And every single one, it's like a lead character by themselves. And because of that, right, you just get so confused and so lost. I mean, it's just lost.
That's why it's called Lost.
It's lost. And worst of all, it has a very bad ending, which is something that we will talk about the next one.
Okay.
Tip number 8, which is having a good, strong ending. Do you have any other movies or shows or any stories that you think that you don't connect because they try to cram too many things in there?
Yes, actually got one also. I think it's called Heroes. I'm not mistaken.
Oh my god, Heroes, yes.
It's like it was good. And then
it was bad.
It was just huh? And then it was just huh?
Yeah.
And then the end you just go like, what the hell?
I think the problem with Heroes was that they had no focus. They focused too much on what power the heroes have instead of the overarching big picture on why are they here and what's their purpose and why this group of people hunting them.
Yep, correct.
And then they made some heroes too imba and
Yes, like,
Sylar was too imba.
Sylar was bad to good to bad to good and then what?
Yeah.
Those kids like you twist too much already.
Yep. So simplify and focus because we don't have the attention span to absorb all these things.
Yes, correct.
Number 8, probably the most important part of good storytelling is the ending. Among all storytelling flaws, nothing is worse than not having a good ending.
Good
serious,
ending.
right? Yeah. You see,
Okay,
if you expect
good.
No, because the thing is, okay, why a good ending is good is important because if you expect your audience to invest their time and emotion on your story, you better make sure they get a fair trade of the ending.
Okay, got
Right?
it.
You imagine if you go into a movie or you watch something, right, and you read a story or you listen to a story, right, and the story builds up, is so good and everything, and the ending is just like subpar.
Understand. Okay. Yeah, we understand. It's like you must make sure that it's very impactful.
Yeah, it must be satisfying, right? You must have a good ending. You're like, that was good.
Yep.
So you have a very compact meal and you finish it with a good dessert. You cannot have it halfway and then you're like halfway hanging.
I know how you feel like. It's like you're having a good jerk, you're having a good spiritual, good maintenance, and then it just sucks.
Yeah.
Ooh, sorry.
That was a bad ending, right?
Sorry, we're talking about Dragon Boat, by the way. So
not the other thing.
But if you want to know about a good ending story, I think let's see who has a good ending. Yes. Avenger is actually going to have good ending story.
I hope so.
The previous one actually have quite a good ending where everyone just died.
Yeah.
Like certainly like you never expected that.
Yeah.
It's quite impactful.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Avengers, the second, is it the second one?
Yeah,
the second last one.
number 4, I think.
The
4 or 5.
Infinity War.
No, this is the end game.
Endgame, I'm not sure.
Infinity War was last year's one. This year is Endgame.
Yeah. So let's hope that actually haven't come out yet, so we don't know yet.
Yeah. But what would be crappy is if Endgame has a very bad ending. Like more people will die. Or if you expect Thanos to die in Endgame, he doesn't die. And he becomes a good guy.
then becomes hero already.
Yeah, then he becomes a hero.
Then in the end, Iron Man becomes Batman.
Yeah, then Iron Man becomes bad.
People
like for those who can't see, we're actually doing the Italian sign for FU. Yeah.
It's like, what the hell?
With the sapere. Okay, let's just sum up the top 8 tips that we have this week's Weekly Tipsy. Pixar's top 8 storytelling guide. Number 1, great stories are universal. Number 2, pay attention to the structure. All stories must have a good structure. And it also, number 3, must have a good purpose. Must have a purpose. Number 4, we have to focus on the underdog or the struggle. Number 5, it must have emotional appeal. Number 6, it is good if you have a twist. Number 7, simplify and focus. Don't over elaborate and over serve your audience with too much information. And number 8, it must have a proper ending.
Correctos.
All right. Tipsy BP podcast is available. It's a part of Social Media Weekly and is available on Anchor FM, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and more. Our full videos are available on YouTube, and we post bits and clips on Instagram and Facebook. This is Tipsy BP episode 2nd April 2019. My name is Sean.
And I'm JK.
Au revoir.
Sayonara.